Okay. Okay. Hi, Eisha.
Hi.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling fine.
What's it like to be free?
Oh my God. Those words, I feel like I'm saying I never thought I was going to hear.
Yeah.
Never. But there is a God.
Indeed. Indeed. Tell me a little bit, if you would, about those early days of incarceration in the Cook County Jail. You started out in a medium security Division 11 of Cook County.
Mm-hmm.
And then they moved you to Supermax Division 9.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of other trans girls and a lot of guys. Tough guys.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about how all that went down.
Within like 2 to 3 months, I was housed in Division 11, I'm saying on the tier, with a couple of familiar people that I was kind of getting along with at that time. I'm saying of my first time being locked up on this bid I just did. It was kind of difficult, I'm saying, because I had just out the blue got a court date, and I had already had a recent court date, I'm saying, of my court date that me and my public defender had already discussed I was going back on, and I never knew this court date had just appeared out the blue, and I didn't know what it was, the reason behind it. And when I got to the courtroom and my lawyer came back to talk to me or whatever, she made it as though it seemed like, well, I don't know. We're going to find out when we get out here, whatever. I'm saying, what's going on and stuff. And I was kind of like, well, yeah, because I'm saying, why am I here? And we went out there, I'm saying, and I kind of understood somewhat what they were saying, but, I didn't understand because I thought she would kind of like break it down to me more. But I did remember something like with upgrading or something like that. What the judge had stated, I'm saying he was reading off some type of paper from Cook County. So I guess that was something having to do with me possibly being upgraded. And when I got back from court and came in the bullpen to the back, my lawyer, she never really told me. I'm not quite sure she told me that I was being upgraded. She just told me, I'm saying, it was what it was. Cause I officially knew, like, she didn't, like, say, well, when you go back to the tier, something's going to happen, I'm saying, and, she didn't know. So I guess she was kind of blindsided to the fact as well.
She was your public defender?
Yes, she was.
Wow. So when you found out you were being upgraded to attempted murder from aggravated battery, first of all, how did you find that out? And second of all, how did that strike you? What happened? How did you feel about that?
On my return back to the deck, I was told to pack it up, and I was asking questions. I'm saying of why me being able to, why am I having to pack up and stuff, and I didn't get any answers. So I got downstairs to Holden, which was me and two other inmates. And when we got downstairs, we was asking questions as well, like, why are we being upgraded? I'm saying, and I guess they went along and told us one by one. I'm saying, they were saying, they told them and they told me that I was being upgraded because my case had been upgraded from an aggravated battery to a first-degree attempt.
Wow. So they hit you with first-degree attempted murder. And what was your reaction?
Just like, what? My thing said I'm charged with aggravated battery. It never said nothing like, well, you're being upgraded from a first-degree attempt, or in the courtroom when I just went to court. So I'm kind of like, well, where did this come from? It was kind of like a shocker, like, what? And my lawyer, my public defender, she never told me, so I was kind of like, are they playing, or is it like, like, I didn't understand. I'm saying, I was kind of like lost, like, is this really happening? I'm saying, like, I'm being charged with a first-degree attempt. So I was kind of like, I was stuck.
And then they walk you down a long tunnel?
Yeah, after coming down to Holden, we was walked through Division 9. Division 9, I'm saying, is a Supermax division. And, they have a long tunnel. When at the tunnel walk, it kind of was dawning on me. I'm saying a lot of things. I'm saying, how would I be able to get through moving from one division to another? I'm saying, Division 11 was known for transgender girls to be housed. I'm saying, and, Division 9, I never knew that, you know, where girls to be housed. You know, this was like a Supermax division, so I was kind of like how things would be with a girl like myself, you know, in the area of like these murderers or, you know, things like that or whatever. I was kind of like shocked, like, and it was like my stomach was bubbling. I'm saying, I was just kind of like thinking like, I don't know how I'm finna do this. I'm saying, like, I'm nervous, I'm kind of like intense, but I went up and it was 2 other girls that was over there. I didn't know until after the fact. It was time, you know, of me coming out, and I started to introduce myself and things like that.
And, you know, time is ticking on. And you go through one public defender, you get another one, and...
Yes,
you know,
it was on and on. Like, I had probably Rebecca, well, 1, 2, like 3.
3.
Yeah.
And you're thinking to yourself, what are you thinking here? I mean, are they telling you you're going to get a trial? Are they telling you you're going to plea out? What are they telling you?
Well, from different ones, it was different stories. I'm saying one was more so with me, one was kind of somewhat with me, and the last one was really not for me.
Last public defender was not on your side
at all.
What kind of things did she say?
It would be things that would kind of discourage me to believe that she was really working for me. She was like she was working against me. And I would kind of be questioning in my head, you know, by asking her certain questions, I'm saying, and the answer I would get back, you know.
What kind of questions and answers?
It would be sometime I would ask them, saying, like, I want to go with a strong fight with this case, I'm saying, to let everyone know that the reason behind why it occurred the way it did. And she would just kind of say, well, it happened, you did it. And I would say, no, I'm saying. And she would just say, well, just plead out. I'm saying, you know, this is a good deal. I'm saying, they're willing to give it to you. I'm saying, you know, I think you should just take it. I'm saying, you know, because, you know, you're facing the 6-30, you know. I guess it was more so like a scare factor. I didn't know too much, I'm saying, but I did know that I felt kind of, that she was kind of basically misleading me. Like, okay, well, just take this and, okay, you'll be good with that. And it was semi-kind of working because I had no hope. I'm saying, I was giving up. I'm saying, be it from public defender to public defender, you know, I thought, well, okay, well, at that time, like, well, this may be what I may have to do.
And you were feeling like all hope was lost at this point?
Most definitely.
And how did they treat you as a trans woman? You're in protective custody, which is the top 2 tiers of Division 9.
Right.
And
well, top 1.
Top 1.
Yeah, but they have 4 units. Well, 4 housing units, 4 tiers. You can be housed on.
So how did they treat you out there? The guards, the fellow inmates.
The guards were more so not familiar with, you know, they was familiar with the 2 girls that was previously there, which were, you know, there for, I guess, a grace period of time. But I guess when you now seeing a variety of them, it kind of like, you know, it took a toll. Like, okay, well, they look at what I thought, I'm saying, because I would get more so the pressure, I'm saying, you know, I was looked at as like, I thought they would look at us as, I'm saying, as clowns, and, you know, and they would say little small things, I'm saying, the respect level was none. Like, addressing him, you know, just, it was always...
So they used male pronouns on you?
Yes. And it was to a point of, like, okay, well, I did acknowledge them, let them know why I'm trans. I would prefer this, but, you know, it's their options, I'm saying, to choose to say what they want to say, I'm saying, you know, but, you know, I had to tolerate it, I'm saying. When
you telling them I'm transgender, I prefer female pronouns, I mean, was their reaction harsh? Was it...
It was more so not caring.
Not caring?
Not caring at all.
So, like this...
You're in jail. Like, okay. Well, you have a name as this, I'm saying, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. And I would say, well, you can just address me by my last name, because that's what they originally supposed to do, but it would just still be him, just to make fun of, you know, just the him, he, it was just basically to get a kick out of it. knowing that if you acknowledge a person that that's what you prefer, well, I'm going to do the opposite.
And what's happening to your sense of humanity at that point? Your own sense of self?
Well, it was at that particular time, it was kind of like, I'm saying, to be honestly, I was kind of like questioning, I'm saying, because you would see, as we would say, the cat boys, which are the boys that, that are openly gay, they would get more respect than trans girls, I'm saying, because it would be like, okay, well, us is like, pretending to be, trying to be a woman, walking around, I'm saying, with girl figures, I'm saying, with bras, sport bras on, and, with hair and stuff, I'm saying, it would kind of look at them like y'all trying to portray something that y'all not, so, we want to belittle y'all character.
So, to yourself, I mean, you go back to your cell and you're thinking you're alone in your thoughts. Share some of those thoughts with me in those early days.
To be honestly, and I kind of regret this, I'm saying, even thinking this, I'm saying, I had thoughts of what was even the purpose, I'm saying, to even become a transgender, I'm saying, like, I'm saying, if you got cat boys that get more respect, I'm saying, it was so many different thoughts running through my head, but that was like one, because it was like, well, I can walk around here and get the same, I will feel better to walk around and get the respect of being openly gay, and the boys are not getting, the same respect that I'm getting, I'm saying, I'm, being picked with every now and then, I'm saying, and the whole part about boys coming in at our cells, I'm saying, we're supposed to be housed according to us as being transgender. But it would have been times, I'm saying, that the jail have got it was over capacity, or was,
Over capacity, yeah.
Yeah. And the jail, as they say, it was packed. And they needed space. And they would kind of put boys in our cells, and I would let them know, I'm saying, that was not something I was interested in.
Wow. Did that ever get scary?
Yes. Because you have some men, I'm saying, that's really fighting for their life. And being in that predicament, I'm saying, you never know what's the liability of them doing to you. They see you as a female, figure. So it kind of take a toll. Like, well, would they kind of come on to me, I'm saying, not knowing, I'm saying, that's not what I'm looking for, or, I'm saying, it's just, you never know, I'm saying, when a person, I'm saying, is fighting for their life, I'm saying, and being in the same cell, I'm saying, and, it's very uncomfortable. I felt uncomfortable.
So, time is just going on here. You arrested in March 2012, and time is ticking on, and you're getting 1 year, 2 years, still nothing happening in the court. I mean, what's going through your mind at that point?
Really, that is anything gonna happen for me, I'm saying, this gonna really, like, give me some more hope, because hope was just, like, I was losing it, like, every time, I'm saying, I was just, like, giving up the hope I was, like, pursuing every time, because when you go to court sometimes, you hoping that you're gonna hear some good news, or you hoping that, I'm saying, that something gonna come along, I'm saying, that's gonna change the day that you feeling like, I'm saying, all those days you feeling like, I'm saying, it's no hope alive, I'm saying, and something come along the way, when you go to court, you hear some good news, and you back excited. But it was more so, I would go to court, and I would hear, like, well, nothing continues, I'm saying, or either you take this, or, it was always bad. And I was kind of like, I was really losing hope.
So when did that start to turn around for you?
Oh my God. It started to turn around at it was just something out the blue.
Okay.
As being in jail, we have, like, as transgender girls, I'm saying, we have, like, our own committee. And you have a person that comes and meet with us, I'm saying, which makes sure our security level, I'm saying, like, if I have any problems, I'm saying, like, with certain boys will come in our cell, I can notify her and let her know that I'm not feeling comfortable, he can leave, and she would kind of get him exit out the cell. Or she would do kind of like group meetings with me and other trans women. We would come into a little room and, like, do, like, talks and stuff, I'm saying. And it was one day, I'm saying, that when I first met the lady that come out and speak with us, her name was Shannon. We all introduced ourselves, and she seemed to be a very outgoing person. I'm saying she looked very nice. I'm saying, you know, like I got a good aura from her. Aura gave me. I'm saying like she was a good person.
Yeah.
And you know, she said along to ask us, you know, all one by one our names, what we in here for. You know, all the other girls, you know, did it, and I spoke and told her my story. And you know, I guess I'm saying like out the blue, I'm saying like it was like she appeared back. I'm saying what, like 2 to 3 days, because it's like our meet was every Thursday. Yeah. She came back. I'm saying, and she had told me, I'm saying she had a surprise for me, and I was like, me like. You know what I'm saying? She seemed to be nice. I'm saying, so with the surprise, I was kind of like, okay, what could she possibly have for me? So I'm like, okay, would it be some soap? You know, like a deodorant or something? You know, because we can get like, you know, toothpaste, deodorant, soaps, or something like that. I'm saying, and I assumed it possibly was that, which it wasn't. She had put out her briefcase. It was a petition. And she told me, I'm saying, that she had basically did something on my behalf. And I was just like shocked. Because I didn't know that a person that would come and hear my story with my silent cry and be willing to step outside their shoes and want to help me. And that took a major toll on me. I'm saying I was just speechless.
Wow. And so things start a little bit to change for you, but you know you're still separated from your mom, your sisters, your brother. I mean, you know, visiting you is you know behind a thick sheet of glass for maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, sometimes 40 minutes, depending on how kind they were. I mean, yeah. What was that like to be just so separated from your family like that?
Well, with that news and not being able to share with them along the way, I'm saying it kind of got hard at that time, I'm saying too as well, because when you get something like that, I'm saying you want to share it. So when they would come up and see me, I would kind of express it to them a little bit, I'm saying, but it was just totally different being in there, you know, having that good news, I'm saying, every day, you know, it started to blow up more, I'm saying, where people would start sending me letters, I'm saying, and it got really big for me. I'm saying I was kind of like, it had came overwhelming for me. The letters started coming from everywhere, and I was just like, I would get a letter. I'm saying I would be so happy. I'm saying just getting a letter. I'm saying like, cause the mail, honestly, I'm saying I would get mail like rare. I would get like magazines and stuff, but I would never get letters. I'm saying with people I never knew nothing about. I'm saying like they would just send me letters out the blue. I'm saying keep hope alive and. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for y'all. I hear your silent cry and I'm willing to, you know, help you along the way. And that's those letters and cards alone, I'm saying, it started to just boost me up more and more. And along with my mother, them, I'm saying, you know, it was more so, I'm saying, it was an up and down thing. It was up and down.
Because your mom's like going through
yeah, it was things that she was going through, I'm saying, at the time, I'm saying, that I had to, you know, understand. And I had to vent out to other people, so I would get like kind of psych evals, I'm saying, you know, because when you're in there, I'm saying, they ask you can get psych evals, I'm saying, that's like when you have a problem going on and you want like to vent out to somebody, I'm saying, that, you know, you talk to somebody, I'm saying, express what you got going on. So I would get that, and I had got really, you know, really jammed with someone, I'm saying, and I'm saying, it was a person, I'm saying, that was with mental health, would come talk to me, and we had did a we would do a conversation, like we would talk about certain things I would have going on. I would vent out to her, and that's how it got me along the way more, to keep me more positive, I'm saying, not to let go. And yeah.
Right. So give me a sense of now, you know, I remember during one of our earlier interviews, you know, they told you this boy had to have his leg amputated, and then, you know, you get a new attorney who begins to do his own digging and finds out the guy amputated his own leg, I mean, essentially. was there a sense of anger, or what kind of things did you feel when you realized that, you know, those charges against you were kind of erroneous?
I was being lied to the whole time of, you know, my public defender first, I'm saying, lead me along the way just to sit and lie to me and tell me that, you know, you should take this, I'm saying, you know, and not knowing that it was all basically in my head set up. Like I'm saying, she knew something that was basically they were saying I did, and actually in actuality I didn't do. And it kind of really made me feel like I'm saying I really I really didn't know what to do. Because it was, I'm getting told one thing, but then when you hear another thing, when another person telling you it had nothing to do with you, you kind of like, really? So all this time I'm saying, you know, I'm sitting here, I'm saying, fighting for my life, I'm saying, a person telling me, I'm saying that, you know, it's this and it's that, and you hear the real story when a person is coming to fight for you, you know, because the change of a public defender to a lawyer is really there to work for you. And when I got him, which is Dan, yeah. He was more so a person that I took, and I never doubted him. And when he came along the way, I'm saying, and told me, I'm saying, I'm willing to take your case, it kind of made me feel like, man, now I have a person that's going to hear me, I can talk to, I can be myself, I'm saying, and the person understand me. And it made it more better for me.
Mm-hmm. Were there any really, really low points that you remember? I mean, I'm sure there were a lot, but I mean, are there any that stick out in your mind that you just began to feel like this is never going to end?
The low points for me, I would say, is when I had my rages. I was sometimes getting in a lot of trouble, you know, because I didn't know how to handle the deflection of the drama that was going on, I'm saying, in my life, I'm saying, throughout the whole situation, I'm saying, you know, just being in there, dealing with everything on top of, you know, the good and the bad, I'm saying, I would sometimes try to have, you know, disciplinary tickets, I'm saying, you know, on my behalf, I'm saying, which I just didn't know how to handle myself, I'm saying, I would lose myself and then kind of wind the time back, I'm saying, hold on. Now, you can't lose yourself, I'm saying, you know, this is not the time, I'm saying, you got a lot of good things going for you, I'm saying, you know, come back to reality, I'm saying, I would kind of lose myself at times.
Mm-hmm. Tears?
Lots of tears, a lot of built up frustration, I'm saying, just ready to go, being released, I'm saying, just tired of being there, I'm saying, tired of being told what to do, being mistreated.
Mm-hmm. You know, at times you told me that you even wanted to go to state just so you could get closure on this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that had to be difficult, knowing, you know, yeah, I might have to go to state rather than be free just so I can get closure.
Yeah. It was tough. It was really tough.
Yeah. So things slowly start to change. You know, Dan's working for you, got a lot of people supporting you. What kind of changes are going through your mind at that point?
At that point in time, it started to, like, the dark tunnel I was in, it started to light up. And with the letters along, the people telling me, I'm saying, that, you know, we here for you. I had people start coming to my court appearance. As I telling my mom about it, I was so happy. It just, everything in one is just like, it took a major toll. Like, it made me feel good. It made me feel like, I'm saying, all the stuff I was going through, and I was told that would come out to be what's happening today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm free. It made me feel like, I'm saying, that when I was on, all the times I felt like that I was giving up, I shouldn't have. It was a fight. You know, sometimes you have to give up, I'm saying, to know, I'm saying, that, well, not to give up. I'm saying, to keep the fight. I'm saying, keep strong. I'm saying, keep the hope alive. I'm saying, and that's what I was doing. I was keeping hope alive.
Yeah. So, let's talk about that day when, you know, which was last night, when you were reunited with your family. You could hold and touch them again. And talk to me a little bit about that.
it was so anticipating. I'm saying I was so ready for this day to come. When you seeing you yourself coming to visit me, I'm saying it did so much for me, and you seeing Shannon, which is the person that did so much for me, I'm saying, and you have Dan, which did so much for me, I'm saying, all these particular people was my mother, my family, all these particular people in one, you know, and it's almost the time, I'm saying, now to be free. It was, I just couldn't wait. I was so amped. I was ready. I'm saying I was ready to go and dress in and dress out. I'm saying and get home. I was ready to just really just give them a big hug. I'm saying and show them all the love I was getting in there that I couldn't show them back. I'm saying they was giving me by me being incarcerated. I'm saying I'll have to go back to my cell and just keep it to myself. I'm saying or explain it to them on the phone. I love you. I love you. I want to be around you. I'm saying, you know, take care. I wanted to give them just a big warm hug. I'm saying and a kiss. I'm saying I just couldn't wait. So I would just sit there, I'm saying, just not talking to nobody, I'm saying. I was just in my own little zone. I would just sit there waiting, I'm saying. The sergeant would let us know, I'm saying. We go through process, I'm saying, you know, step by step, just to get us on and out the door. And throughout all those processes we was going through, I'm saying, to get us out the door, my man was just ready, I'm saying. I can't wait to see, I'm saying, I can just hug them, like, just be around them. I can touch them, I'm saying, like, we can go, like, have ice cream and just enjoy life again, I'm saying, like.
3 years, 9 months. You know, state's attorney, public defenders, all of these people, one could say, contributed to 3 years and 9 months. You strike me as a very forgiving person.
Yes.
But what is your feeling towards the system? We always call it the system of criminal justice, having been on the wrong end of it in a very egregious way.
I feel that with the mislead part and the wrongdoing of how I handle situations, how I handle the situation, it's wrong. And how I can do anything about it, I'm saying, is just to let other people know, I'm saying, if you make the wrong decision, I'm saying, you might be in the same shoes I'm in. And who knows what the system may do to you. Look what they did to me.
So all those trans girls who are still on the streets of Austin, suffering under the threat of violence, death, every single night, whether they're out on the stroll or whether they're just trying to live their lives, you know, what kind of message do you have for them?
I would say use me as an example of yourself, and to basically look how I was in a predicament that led 2 to 3 girls killed off the fact of violence towards trans women. That should be alone to let you know, I'm saying, that if someone really cared about us, I'm saying, by making the rights for legal marriage, I'm saying, we're not actually safe. You know, so seeing as though that it's kind of hard for you to even assume that you safe. So I just want my stories to be enlightened, I'm saying, for the girls, I'm saying, that to understand, I'm saying, with violence out there and you dealing with it, I'm saying, we're dealing with it still. Just to be aware of it, I'm saying, and just be safe.
And for you, you went into jail in your early 20s. You're now 26 years old. You still got the rest of your life in front of you. A big chunk of it was taken away. But have you thought about what you want to do in the future now?
Yes, I did. I liked the fact, I'm saying, when I was in there, I had other girls that would vent to me, talk to me, let me know their problems. I can get them through theirs. This is what they can get me through mine. And I really feel like, I'm saying, I wanted to be an advocate. I wanted to do the same thing that Shannon did for me. I'm saying, I wanted to give back to the next girl. I want to let the next girl know, I'm saying, that it is hope. And you don't have to go down one path, I'm saying. You don't have to do one thing all your life, I'm saying. You can change, I'm saying. It's time for change.
That's beautiful. Thank you Eisha, bravest woman I know.
Thank you.